do.
Should Ian Garry get the next title shot at welterweight? What is Islam Makhachev's legacy in comparison to other 155 greats, and what could he do in the future at welterweight? We speak about Jake Paul taking on Anthony Joshua, which was made official, and we also speak about the situation with MMA Guru. People, it's Combat Catch Up Live here with the legends Luke and the legend Jamie. Let's get into this. Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel. Please do smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Big up to yourself, Jamie, for the raid from your show as well. Much appreciated. Look, I didn't have it originally as one of the talking topics, but I think we should probably start with it. And that is the situation with MMA Guru at the moment. Him and Mighty Mouse, DJ, have had a show that they put together maybe a couple of months ago. It started. And I'll be honest, look, it's probably the biggest MMA show on, or biggest weekly MMA show on the internet, and that is including your likes of your Ariel Helwanis and your ESPNs, like your Daniel Cormier and your Chael Sonnens, which is crazy. And look, don't know MMA Guru personally. I know he probably, I don't think he lives too far from me, from what he's mentioned in videos, etc. And if I'm going to be honest, there is an aspect where he has inspired a lot of content creators, especially those in the UK who have seen the MMA landscape dominated by people in America. And he's kind of broken that market, and he's changed MMA content, in my opinion, from watch-alongs to reaction videos and opinion pieces. However, he does split opinion. I've got my own thoughts on him, but it's kind of crazy that he's been saying some of the stuff he's been saying, and obviously him and Demetrius' show has now been cancelled. He announced that today on Twitter. He said he's going to drop a video, which I'm sure most of us will watch and probably react to. Jay, what's your thoughts?
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. So while you're just going through that, I was just reading some stuff on MMA Guru, yeah, and they literally someone just clipped up the video of him, because it was a show on MMA Guru's own channel about the Cheeto Vieira's daughter stuff.
Yeah, 2019.
All right, and I didn't mean to laugh, but there was something you said that just cracked me up. So someone actually super chatted in, right, which not very nice about the situation, right? I won't say out the super chat, but it is crazy.
Yeah.
MMA Guru originally just palmed it off, yeah. It's the second one that came through that made him that probably got him done.
Crazy.
It was one word he said as well. It weren't anything bad, but he did it in a jokingly manner. In fact, you know what? It's a joke I might have made, to be fair.
You say that though, Jay, but you never crossed the line.
No, I would have said that. I would have said that behind my own four walls. Do you know what I mean? With no one there.
Yeah, maybe, but we've done content for such a long time, Jay. You've never crossed the line, bro.
No, you know, I'm on the line.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely towed the line. You definitely towed the line. But here's the thing, though, Jay. Even if you did say something over the line, I see you coming and apologizing about it. I see you being like,
I'd always apologize.
Yeah, you'd be like, look, it was a joke for me, guys. Obviously, I realized it wasn't a joke. Apology. Like, you'd apologize for. You wouldn't just double down on it. And I think the problem with MMA Gurus, it's a shame because he's built such a brilliant channel for himself. Like we were speaking about before we went live, guys. Like you look at the numbers he gets and what he's been able to achieve, it's staggering. Like especially when you think of some of the big hitters.
Everyone talks about him. Ariel Helwani talks about him.
Yeah, you know, he's done stuff with Duplessis, Tom Aspinall, Darren Till. But
yeah, him and Ariel got a rivalry.
Yeah, it was always going to get to a point where it's like, how far can you really go this? Because again, I'll be real. I've even been surprised some of the fighters have gone on, because I know he had Paddy Pimblett on there, but he said some crazy stuff about Molly McCann, and I'm like, I'm gonna be real. If I was doing a show and someone was saying stuff about you,
he did press him about that, you know.
Did he really though? Because me
It's
personally, I
semi-pro.
don't know,
It's
man.
semi-press.
I don't know. If someone says something wild about you or Jamie, I don't think I'm just gonna let that slide like that on a stream. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, especially if I know I'm coming on the stream, I'm gonna be like, we need to talk about this, and you're gonna have to stop saying stuff like this, or else it's gonna be an issue.
You got MMA Joey as well, I believe.
Yeah, he's another one that's.
I MMA Joey says things worse. To be fair,
yeah, that's another guy who thinks, like, obviously he's right to call out MMA Guru for what has said, right? But this guy ain't no shining, the knight in shining armor type of thing. That guy's also another clown.
I look at it. When I watch both of them, I think Guru says things in a more comical kind of,
or he tries to.
Yes, satire. It's a different kind of satire, isn't it? MMA Joe's a bit more aggressive when he talks, so it makes it sound more personal. If that makes sense. Look, what MMA Guru said, even for me, is too far. But
if he says that for you, it's too far. Then
it is too far coming out with some of the stuff he says, because some of the stuff he has a lot of racial undertones in it. I'm not going to lie about that. But also, if it offends people, don't watch him. I'm not into cancelling people over words, though. Sometimes I think that can go too far, cancelling people over words, depending on what them words were. You know, if they're talking some Third Reich shit, then yeah, maybe. Do you know what I mean? But if you're not, genocidal stuff and all that sort of stuff, then maybe. Yeah. But if this sort of stuff, I don't think's cancelable. I think what you do is you just don't watch and unsubscribe. It's as simple as that. That will hurt him more than cancelling him. Cancelling him's just going to make him more popular. What you do, you just don't watch. If viewing figures go down, and you unsubscribe. That hurts him. But the thing is, he's got almost 400,000 subscribers. All them people that subscribe to him because they know who he is and what he does and how he talks, and he's whatever satire it is he does, they enjoy it. So they're not leaving the channel and watching anytime soon. So nothing's going to change. Yes, he's lost his big thing with DJ, which is a thing.
I'll talk offline.
But MMA Guru also talks like this because he doesn't really have sponsorships either. Now, if MMA Guru had big sponsorships all the time on his channel, I don't think you'd hear half the stuff he comes out with.
I mean,
because they would drop and quit.
He said he's turned a lot of it down.
Yeah, because he wants to talk the way he does. Yeah. He couldn't speak how he speaks if he had sponsorship. It would make him richer, but he wouldn't be his real self. I think what he wants to be, and this conversations I always have, I think you always have to be your real self when you get in front of a camera.
Yeah.
No, like you can turn it up and turn it down a little bit, depending how you want to be, but it's still your real self.
Yeah.
You can't fake something. And if he wanted to go down this route of being this big MMA content creator and making shitloads of money and, not being himself, he's going to get bored of it. So I think he has to.
He's making a ton of money though.
Yeah, and he doesn't need the sponsorship, so that means he doesn't have to. He don't have to police himself.
That he's used the M word in his private streams as well. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know. I don't watch his private streams, but I can only go what I literally watch. And I find. Is he entertaining? Yeah. Look, yes, he is entertaining. Is some of the things he says I agree with? No, the stuff he said about Islam and his family and stuff like that is not nice. But
and the Palestine stuff as well.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and go, yeah, he should be cancelled for them sort of things. All you do is go, I won't. If he says that again, I probably won't watch him, or I'll fast forward that section and get to the bit where he's talking nicely. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I move on from it. But him and the DJ stuff, look, he's lost a big show there. But at the end of the day, he's on a massive platform. His platform's just as big as DJ's anyway. So it's not going to be. It's not going to affect him too much, and
might just stop the odd fighter interview. He just won't get that.
Yeah,
but he doesn't rely on it though. He don't
rely on it. He don't rely on it. So look, it's words at the end of the day, and his words he said were harmful to some people and not harmful to others. And some people freak out, some people don't freak out. It's that kind of situation. It's the world we live in today. It depends where you sit, really. For me, don't like what he said, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and cancel him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I hear it. Luke, your thoughts, bro?
You know what? Anyone that does anything on the internet, beware for what you post and what you say, because you never know when it says come back and bite you. Like, I'm still waiting for the day someone's going to pull me up for saying the only way Tom Aspinall's going to get the John Jones fight is just sticking a wig on and being pretending to be pregnant. Like, that stuff's going to get pulled up. Like, anything that get said on social media, in context, out of context, will get clipped up and redistributed at the most inconvenient time. And look, do I agree with what he said? Absolutely not. I do find some of the stuff very what's the word? I wouldn't say even cringeworthy, distasteful. And I'm very much like Jay. Like, I skip that bit or don't watch that bit. I'm also like Jamie. I'm not into this cancelling stuff. He should be educated about it rather than you just cancel it. And the best way to, cancel him is to not watch him, not remove the show from him. But he's going to have to live with that decision. Why will it stop him from making content? Absolutely not. And we'll be watching to that video. Well, I will. Don't know about everyone else. Everyone will be waiting for his video about the show. But yeah,
Yeah, that video is going to be very interesting. I don't think he's going to sit here and do this massive apology video because I don't know if anyone's seen his Twitter from 4 hours.
Oh yeah,
ago. His tweet from 4 hours ago. He's not apologising for anything. He's just going to
apologise.
He's going to basically say, "Look, it is who I am. If you don't like it, you don't like it." But he might apologise for some of the wording. He might do that. He might apologise for some of the wording, but. He is who he is. I don't actually subscribe to MMA Guru. I just watch him because he's on my feed all the time. So I watch combat. So I watch combat sports. They just come on my feed. I don't really go ahead and watch a lot of his shows. Usually, when I go to bed or something, and I watch a show or a podcast on YouTube or something like that, I watch one of his shows. If he's made a video, it's 20 minutes long. I'll give it a watch and all that. Sometimes he's absolutely hilarious. Sometimes I'm in stitches what he says because. He's got my kind of humor, but what I don't do, I wouldn't go down a road of being racial. Do you know what I mean? That's where I toe the line. I don't do anything like that. Yeah. Never been racial in my life. I hate it. So I wouldn't go against other races or creeds or anything like that just to get my point over how much I hate somebody. Just say you hate them, can't stand the way they fight, and all that. You just don't go down that road. Just don't go
and I think that's what the issue is at the end of the day. I think as I said, I can't. As I see it two ways. I look at the human side of it, but I also look at the content side of it. And from a content standpoint, he's head and shoulders above most of us in terms of the output, his work rate, the ideas he's come up with, etc. For me, I just wish someone would have pulled him to a side and just been like, "Look, you don't need to do that. You just don't need to do that." But at the same time, what I do find concerning is he has thoughts like that. But also, a lot of his subscribers have thoughts like that as well. Because you see some of the comments in the comment section.
Well, it started with the super chat 2 years ago. It started with that super chat, and then there was a second one after that. So someone in the chat had this ridiculous notion, super chatted it in, knowing MMA Guru he's
going to react to
it because they know his humor. Look. You can get away with this sort of shit if you're a comedian because you got this free license as a comedian to talk like that. Yeah, the jokes are joined in with the audience because they like what the comedian says and it stays in house and that's where it's at. Yeah. The thing is, he's not a comedian.
Yeah,
he's not a comedian. He's an analyst. He's an MMA expert or whatever you want to call him. And it's like Joe Rogan going on his show tomorrow and saying these things like looking back at an MMA fight because he don't like a certain fighter and saying that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? You can't. And by the way, Joe Rogan's not a comedian either. I know he tries, but he ain't. But
no comedian.
I just look. If like yourself, Carl, if I did an MMA show and I got to a level, I wouldn't have him on. Even though he's the biggest in the world, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't actually have him on my show because
It's too much of a risk.
It's too much of a risk. Yeah, it's a huge star, and your numbers will fluctuate, and you'll go viral for a little bit and stuff like that, and you'll kick your channel off. But he only has to say one thing, and yeah, it's over. But at the same time, although I wouldn't have him on my show, that don't stop me wanting to watch his show or people.
Yeah.
You know, does it make sense? You know,
Yeah, it does. Yeah. In a weird way, I wouldn't mind having an interview with him one day just to try and dissect how his mind works. But I couldn't do like a weekly show. You see how we do the show here? I couldn't do a weekly show with him.
We never know what one's going to turn up, do you? That's
yeah, and that's the thing. And it's like, obviously, him and DJ, the show's ended now. If I'm Mighty Mouse, like he couldn't continue. Like, think about
Mighty Mouse are sponsors. That's why.
Well, not just that, bro. It wasn't that long ago. Mighty Mouse was training with Makhachev and Khabib and all of those lot down there.
Yeah, but I don't. Do you know what? I don't know, because he's not. He's always going to be in that combat world, but because he's at ONE FC, it doesn't really affect. But
then you get like fans going,
sponsorship.
See, this why DJ was never promoted by the company, and all that narrative.
It puts him in a crap. Like, imagine, Jay. I went on. Imagine on the stream on Saturday when Valentina won. I'm starting and I'm just going off and I'm speaking bad about white people. Then the next show I'm on your channel and you'd be like, "Cal, bro, this ain't gonna work, bro.
What are we doing, man? What are we doing?"
You're like, "Cal, you remember what you were saying on Saturday?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but you know, I just didn't. I was in the heat of the moment." You'd be like, "In the heat of the moment, it means you can f off now." Like,
yeah. And the thing is that if you say it at the heat of the moment, you say that because you thought that they're your actual natural.
Yeah, it's in you.
Natural faults. So you say that sort of thing. Yeah, it's difficult. Obviously, with DJ, the thing is, DJ's audience. A lot of that audience would be from the McGregor audience as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So they share a lot of the same audience, right?
Yeah.
I literally do think, though, if DJ didn't have all the sponsorships and stuff like that, I don't think he would have got rid of them.
I don't know, you know. I hear what you're saying, Jay. I definitely do. I don't know if that's I think the main thing is because DJ does a lot of stuff with fighters. I don't think he wants to bring that sort of conflict to his channel.
Right, I'm not putting no blame on Islam and and Khabib and his crew and all that, yeah. But you know, with the fight with Dillian Dennis in the crowd, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, it's Dillian who gets all the shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, go on.
The problem is Khabib's group and all that are in the crowd have got. This has happened before.
Yeah.
You know, this is not the first time it's happened. Yes, Dillian's a twit. We all know he is, right?
Yeah.
He's a dickhead.
Plus, he's been taunting them on X.
Yeah, but he's still.
But this
can't go around.
Has happened before. This has happened before at the Connor stuff. You know, there is. It's like
it's happened with Nate Diaz's as well. Like, it's not the first time it's happened. And I'm glad you brought that up, Jay, because like I've seen since it's happened. Like, is it John Chanko, who's sometimes referred to as John Pork? Yeah. Like, he's been on shows and interviews, and people are like lapping it up, and he's become a bigger star. And Dana's not set. Like, for me, Dana should be pulling these guys to a side and be like, "Look, you're getting banned for 6 months."
But Dana's more than happy to talk about when Francis put his hands on him in the office. And
I'm gonna be honest,
because Dana's bang on about that, because I've heard loads of people come out and talk about that.
I've heard the complete opposite. I think it's fabricated. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. I've always said it. I don't think Francis is a nice guy.
I've heard it's fabricated.
I don't know. I don't think Dana. The thing is that Dana situation. I don't think Dana needs to lie in that situation, because he doesn't.
But he does lie a lot, though. And that's the problem.
He does. He doesn't. Yeah, Dana doesn't lie a lot, but it says John Jones is not on the White House car.
I don't think he will.
Stop fucking lying.
I think he will.
I think that's a negotiation tactic.
Jones will fight for about 5 or 6 million as opposed to the 30.
I can't stand Ngannou in a way. I think he's a creep, man. I've always had that feeling.
Yeah, you've never really liked Ngannou, which is fair. But I think
I like the story. I just don't know whether I like.
But did Khabib lot start on Nate Diaz as well once?
Yes, yeah, like they've got.
So they've got history of this.
Remember,
why are we not allowed to
they surrounded Artem at a hotel, which is what actually instigated the whole bus riot.
Well, that's why Conor high on his got involved and backed up his mate.
I'm not even. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm not even Conor's biggest fan, but if I saw what my brother get surrounded by people, best believe.
Yes. Have you seen the video footage? They surround him.
Yeah, they surrounded him and slapped him in the face. And like,
it's like 6-on-1. He's just standing there on his own.
More than that. It was more than
just all around him. And what I don't get is that the UFC never go for them guys.
Yeah.
It's like they're scared to because they don't want to be looked at as a certain way.
Yeah,
and it's easier to get rid of Dillian. Like you said, Dillian's never allowed the UFC events.
Dylan didn't start the fight. Dylan was being an idiot, and Dylan has been.
Yeah, but Dillian's a nutter. He's a dickhead.
Yeah, but you can't just start. You can't just start going around and doing that. You can't.
Shouldn't be at things anymore.
But it's like, again, here's my thing. Dylan said stuff that if you're gonna get punched up, then you've had it coming, in it. But then Dana has to also be like, look, I get he said what he said, but this is still a professional organization and he's not one of our fighters. You weren't fighting on the card. You're going to be punished. There's going to be some sort of punishment. Otherwise, it's just going to become the Wild West.
Why give them comp tickets when they know what happened last time anyway?
Well, no, Dylan bought a ticket. Dylan bought a ticket. He didn't give Dylan a ticket.
So they saw Dylan where he was sitting. They should have moved him to the other side of the arena.
Well, as soon as they knew Dylan was in there, they should have seen his ticket, and a security guard should have been assigned to go and walk him to his seat.
They swapped someone else for Dylan, and so he's still got a good seat. Yeah, that's what you do. Just swap them over, right? And then you make sure Khabib's team's left first, or Dillian leaves, and if it happens outside, it happens outside because it's none of your business then, right? Yeah. But again, it's just shit organisation from the company.
It's not the first time we've seen this. We've seen this with Sean Strickland and Duplessis, so part of me is starting to think that I wonder if the UFC are happy with this sort of stuff.
It's optics, though. It's optics, it's social media engagement. Oh my god, look what happened at the event. Fucking Dylan Dan's got battered.
It's like after the Conor fight, when it first happened, that was Khabib. That was Khabib and his team who engaged that after the Conor fight.
Here's the thing: Khabib's come out of the Conor.
Khabib's a prick, man. I can't stand it.
And here's the thing: if you actually go back and watch everything that happened, Khabib actually initiated the beef with Conor McGregor. Like
he
Khabib
did
because he
not allowed to say that, Loco. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know, but it's
because he said after his what was it? UFC 205, he started with McGregor, tap like chicken.
No, before that, because the problem Khabib had was that he was meant to be fighting for the belt. He was meant to fight Eddie Alvarez. But obviously, Conor got the fight because he was going for double champ status. But what's crazy is Sean Brady was meant to be fighting JDM this weekend, but Islam got the title shot coming up from 155. So it's the exact same situation as what happened with Conor and Eddie Alvarez. Now, Khabib's obviously peed off about the situation because he thought he was the rightful title contender, but he took another fight. But the day before that, after the weigh-ins, Khabib was mouthing off at Conor in the corridors. That's all on video as well. So Khabib started the beef. What I will say is, though, Conor, just like what MMA Guru's done, took it too far. Started saying stuff about religion and his dad and all that. That's when he went too far. But at the same time, Khabib did start the trouble. Like, Khabib started that. Then Conor said what he said. Then they were having their back and forths. Then Khabib cornered Artem because Artem said, like, he calls Conor a chicken, but he's pulled out of numerous fights. So that meant that he's then surrounded with his crew. Then Conor's got wind of his friend getting surrounded, flown a bunch of them lot over, and then attacked the bus. Then look what the UFC did with it. They used it. They used it in the promo footage numerous times. And then they obviously had the fight from it. But during, obviously, the fight and stuff, like, that's what happened. But Khabib's not innocent in all of this. He's not. And I think the reason why Khabib's come out on the other side is because Conor went so rogue. He went so insane with everything. And Khabib toned it down towards the end, especially and after the fight. What happened. I think him and Makhachev both got banned for a year. So didn't fight in that time.
Khabib, the crypto scams as well that he's running.
Yeah, the crypto scams are kind of crazy. I don't know the full ins and outs of that, but I do know there was some.
I think
something like that as well.
I don't actually think. I think Khabib. I don't think he's a great guy. I really don't. I don't think he's a great guy.
I think he's become a great guy. I don't think he used to be. I actually think
he never used to be.
UFC using this as entertainment. You're damn right they are.
Yeah, we need some. We need some engagement. I ain't gonna lie. I need some entertainment. I ain't gonna lie.
I'll be honest. I don't look at the UFC as a sport anymore.
Speaking of entertainment, let's get down to business. Yeah, let's get down to business. We've had enough MMA and Guru stuff. It's time to get down to business.
So, Ian Garry, he's spoken to that. I don't know if you've caught any of the stuff he's been saying.
I have. I have read the quotes. I don't like Ian Garry. Like he rubs me up the wrong way.
Yeah,
I'm reading those quotes. I'm thinking, I'm agreeing with this guy.
What did Ian Garry say? I haven't seen the quotes.
So Ian Garry basically came out and said, like, it shouldn't be Makhachev shouldn't get to pick who he fights, but he's also got a duty now to show the rest of the division respect by fighting the best up and coming fighters. He said that once he knocks out Bilal Muhammad at the weekend, he'll be the number one contender, and that Morales and Prates and all the others have to wait in line. And look, he's got incredible self-belief, right? We all know this.
I like Ian Garry.
And I don't have an issue with what Ian Garry's saying there. The inconsistency with Ian Garry is that he'll say that if he beats Bilal Muhammad, he has to get the title shot because he'll be ranked number 2 in the division behind JDM, but then turned around and said that Brady shouldn't have got a title shot after beating Leon Edwards, and Brady was ranked number 1 in the division.
Rankings don't mean shit.
Rankings don't mean anything. We know this.
Well, that's one thing as well.
Paddy Pimblett was ranked number 8, 9 at the beginning of the year. He's not fought since Chandler, and now he's jumped up to number 5 without even fighting.
That to me suggests he's going to get a title shot.
Which means rankings don't mean niche.
Like, you know what's crazy about Paddy? Yeah, that's crazy, Paddy's move, because I don't think anyone really fought 55 apart from BSD, right? And Benil.
No. It's because the one thing I'll say about Ian Garry, he's got that kind of thing about him where he'll fight anyone.
Yeah.
Right. He has got that about him. He's got the smoking hot wife, obviously, and he can talk a talk and that, but then when he gets in the octagon, he puts you to sleep, like literally. He's boring. The problem with Ian Garry is that I think Bilal's going to beat him on Saturday.
Oh, interesting.
I think Bilal's going to beat him on Saturday.
I think it's going to be tougher than he thinks it's going to be, like thinking that he's going to knock a hole through him. I think he needs to knock him out. Bilal's going to use the wrestling, man.
See, I'd have subscribed to that if it was a 5-round fight. It's a 3-round fight, guys.
Yeah, but I think he's going to find it very hard to get a decision win over Bilal.
Yeah, I agree as well.
I think Bilal's just going to take him down. I don't think Bilal's going to do what he did in his last fight.
I was literally about to say that, Jay. Like, Bilal's not going to be as cocky as he thought he was against JDM, thinking that he's going to outstrike JDM. I don't think he's going to be that. I wouldn't say that arrogant or that delusional to think that he can outstrike Ian Garry. For me, he should be using what he is best at. His main attribute is his wrestling. We know Ian Garry's got good jiu-jitsu, but has he got good wrestling? Not
no. The thing with Bilal, though, because Bilal's not a finisher, Garry will always have a chance. I hear what you guys are saying, that yes, he could go out there and he could dominate him with the wrestling. I just don't think Ian Garry's best attributes is distance management, and I don't think Bilal's going to even be able to get close to be able to initiate the wrestling.
Well, the thing is, Ian Garry's been talking the big game about saying, like, what we're touching on now, how Kamaru Usman doesn't deserve the title shot. He says he wants to be the one.
All right, we touched on this before the show started. Can I give you my before you guys cooked me? Can I? Jay's switched off already. Like, I want to give you my perspective on it and why I think Usman will and potentially should get the next title shot. Just hear me out.
Okay, hear him out, people.
We'll listen.
So at the weekend, we saw obviously Prates, Morales, and we're going to see the winner of Bilal Muhammad, Ian Garry, also get some shine, right?
Yeah.
I still feel as though each one of those fighters are one fight away from a title shot or a title fight. And the reason why
you're going into a corner now. So
I know. But the reason why I think Usman could get it is because I think it allows those three to almost have a mini tournament with one other fighter, which is Shavkat. And then with that, I think Usman, because of him fighting Chimaev, and I know he lost the fight, but a lot of people thought he won, and he went up and had success against Chimaev at 85, which no one gave him a chance with, and he did that on short notice as well. So the Leon Edwards, people talk about his losing streak, but if we add context to it, he was dominating Edwards, then got caught, which is fine, still a fair fight for Edwards. The second fight, in my opinion, Edwards won that clearly. The fight against Chimaev was short notice, came off the couch after 10 days, upper weight class, and in my opinion, should have probably got the nod over Chimaev. Then he goes out and beats Buckley. I also look at the fact that, for me, not just stylistic, we talk about money fights and how Paddy should get the money fight in that division. Usman's done more in the welterweight division than Paddy's done in the 55-pound division. And Usman is, whether we like or not, Usman is now after Makhachev, he's the second biggest name in that division.
Plus he's the second greatest welterweight of all time.
Second greatest. And stylistically, I think he's the worst matchup for Makhachev as well. So that's why I'd say, not because I don't think the others are deserving, I just want to see them do a bit more. I want to see a mini welterweight tournament and crown me an undisputed number one contender.
Yeah. Right. With
now I start cooking. Go on.
I think you got to strike when the iron's hot, and you got to make the Morales fight with
Hey Jay, I swear
you got to strike when the iron's hot. He's hot right now. He's hot right now. He's just knocking people out senseless. He's got a lot to his game, and I think he's a massive test for Islam. That's the fight I'd make. Pratt, I think, is one fight away from that. I think Morales is the title contender, and I think Usman should fight Shavkat.
Oh, Jay, I swear to God, have you been looking at my notes?
No, I just think that makes sense to me. I think you do.
I'm not even mad at that, Jay. What I would say, though,
you got to strike with the iron top, man.
Tournament, Shavkat's the one I feel the most sorry for because he's undefeated, and
so is Michael Morales.
No, but Shavkat's been injured. Shavkat was literally
injuries have fucked him. Yes, but
he should have
fought Bilal at 310, then got replaced by Jack.
No, remember, Islam got the injury first. Remember, Islam got the he had some sort of a bone infection in his foot.
Yeah, so Islam's allowed to take steroids. Don't forget that.
I remember that's why he had to fight Ian Garry, beat Ian Garry. Then he was meant to fight Bilal. Then he got injured, so had to pull out of that fight.
That's what Jack.
And then that's why JDM got it, because JDM was meant to fight Leon Edwards in London. Remember?
Unfortunately for Shavkat, you are right. He should have been the next contender.
Shavkat needs to come back and fight more. For me, personally, depending on how results go on the weekend, Shavkat should come back and fight Bilal Muhammad. That's the fight that he should come back to, because even if Bilal wins, let's say Bilal wins, he doesn't get a title shot because because he hasn't done the work. Obviously, I think Shavkat's due to come back beginning of next year.
Yeah,
Bilal could, depending on how stuff goes, we could try and fit him in before Ramadan if Bilal wants a quick turnaround. Obviously, get Shavkat rolling there. For me, Ian Garry doesn't deserve a title shot. You don't get a title shot off of a 2-fight win streak. For me, Kamaru, this sport is all about what you've done for me lately. It's not about what you've done for me in the past. It's what you've done for me lately. The fact that
I'll ask you, which one was it? If Ian Garry goes and beats Bilal by decision over 3 rounds, do you think that's more or less impressive than Usman beating Joaquin Buckley? Because I think Joaquin Buckley is more dangerous than Bilal.
But for Ian Garry to get a title shot, he's got to obliterate Bilal, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't see that.
He's got to obliterate, and he's not going to do that.
I think he beats Bilal, but I don't think.
For me, if Ian Garry wins, he'd be ranked number 2. For me, Ian Garry should fight Jack Della Maddalena. If you want to. But
then Jack's coming off a loss, so
JDM should retire, man. Fucking useless.
Yeah, it's coming off a loss.
Look, I'm looking at it right now. Michael Morales is, for me,
the biggest winner of the weekend.
He's the biggest entertainer and the biggest he has the most chance of beating Islam in the welterweight division.
I think Shavkat. But all right, so
the reason I don't say Shavkat, so I think injuries.
Yeah, they might
have paid such a thing on him now that when you're active, yeah. But when you're out for so long, like he's been, I think Pratas, Morales, and all that, they've just passed over him now.
Brady,
They've just gone over him now. You know, I think Pratas needs another fight, but Morales, I think sometimes UFC are just striking when the iron's hot. I actually think Usman and Islam would be even more boring than JDM and Islam.
Oh, I don't think
it'd be terrible. In that fact, I think Islam beats him in one round. I think it'd be
beats Usman.
Yeah, in one round. I think it'd be easy, man.
Or do you know what, Jay? I do think
he's also chinny now as well.
Than what? I don't think it'll be a pusher. I don't think it will be the most entertaining of fights in the world. Like as a,
I don't think it'd be many takedowns.
I think it will be entertaining because I don't think Islam will be shooting on. I don't think Islam will shoot on Usman that much.
If they're striking together,
my problem is, in 2025. No, in fact, in 2026, I can't be sitting here watching Islam fucking fighting Kamaru Usman, because we're wasting time. We're wasting time.
I hear what you guys are both saying. I'm not even disagreeing with it. But just
I don't think Islam fights any of them. By the way, I'll tell you Islam's fighting in a minute.
Just imagine Shavkat versus Prates and Morales versus Ian Garry, for example, and then the winners of those fighting each other. That's a tournament.
Yeah, it could be that, but
hey Jay, you're not trying to propose fucking Islam fighting Ilya at
170. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Ilya
fights a horrible matchup, you know.
So here's what I think happens. Here's what I think happens.
Legacy anyway.
I'll give you this. Yeah. Right, you get. This is what Dana's going to look at. Now he's going to look at the new year. Everything's settled. The dust is settled. He can put fights together. I think he's going to put Paddy and Ilya together in the new year. That'll be the fight, right?
He's not going to. You're not listening to what he said. Number one contender is Arman Sarukian versus Dan Hooker.
That doesn't mean
he's willing to do a quick turnaround.
Oh, so Dan Hooker's going to beat Arman. So Dan Hooker versus is Ilya, yeah?
Yeah, I think they're going to versus Gaethje, but if Gaethje stopped threatening this retirement rubbish.
And then let's do Cal's Usam fight, yeah, right? That's all. Yeah, let's just get out of the way with. Right, let's do that fight, right? Yeah, let's do that fight, right? So Usam wins and Ilya wins his fight, yeah. Then their next fight will be together at welterweight. I'm telling you, I think
I have to say Islam's played this perfectly. By the way, they're going to welterweight because I'm sure we'll touch on his legacy. Now we might as well transition into that. Yeah. What's the biggest thing that everyone's criticised Islam for? Fuck's sakes, man! He's fighting 45. Is it 45? Is it 55? Guess what he's done? He's fucked off and he's gone to 170.
He did fight the smallest 170 though.
Islam's been fucked off and gone 170, so now he can't say that. Oh, he does want to fight another 45 at 55. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let the 45er come up to 170.
One set, guys.
Yeah,
like I never want to see like Michael Morales, like 6 foot something odd man in the same weight class as Ilya Topuria, who's a bloody midget.
I'm with you. Look, I think the company are desperate to get Islam versus Ilya. I think they want to make this fight. They obviously can't make it down.
Dana, pay Islam whatever he wants to get him to drop down to 150.
I don't think Islam can ever be 155 again. Islam,
it's a genius move. 170. It's a genius move.
No, it's where he should fight. When you look back on it now, he was too big for 155. So even the 155 fight,
when you hear Dustin cutting from 190, Usman cuts from 200 down to their weight classes. I'm like, mate, you're in a weight class lower than you should be. Like in theory, you really should be fighting at the division up for where you're currently fighting, in my opinion.
And if you
look at someone like Jack, who's a perfect welterweight,
if you give it, if you look at Islam at 170, he looked natural. He looked like a natural 170. He didn't look like he
he'll
bulked
go
up
into
too
a little
much.
bit more, and even like everyone knows my opinion of Ali Abdelaziz, but even he said like we'll get Islam fighting more regularly now because it's not a bigger cut. He spent the whole year bulking up, so he'll be ready to fight more.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever
regularly.
go
And let's
down
be honest,
again.
that's what you want to see. You know, Islam's pound for pound number one. I want to see him fight regularly, and if that's at welterweight, then so be it, man. Like, and even Ali said like Islam's ready to stick around for another 3-4 years. Run it.
Yeah, I don't think
Islam wants to have his 5 title defenses like Usman. Run
I
it.
think he defends the belt once at welterweight. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't think he goes down again. He's too big.
No, I don't think he goes down again, but I think I think people are mistaken that if he's just going to defend this belt once, drop it, and just go see you later. Because I think that he wants to prove a point. He said he wants to break Kamaru's record.
I'm telling you, I think we have this. What they both have one fight each, defend their title, and then they'll make the fight video fighting Islam at 170. I think they do it. I think they do it.
Yeah, you know what's going to be so funny when Arman Suzuki beats Ilia Topuria and just cuts that shit out.
I think Ilia destroys Arman.
I think Arman's grappling might be a little.
I think he destroys it. I don't think Arman's grappling's that good, to be fair.
Yeah, on the side note, Arnold Allen moving up to 155. He's had shoulder surgery, can't make 45. So that'll be an interesting new addition to lightweight having Arnold Allen in there.
Yeah, Arnold Allen made a good thing there. Right, the thing with Islam, right, this is one thing I'm going to have to say. I need to get this off my chest, right? Cal can come back in here and near this as well. Do you know the funny thing? JDM lost that fight, right? Comfortably there. It looked broken, right? He looked completely broken. Do you know the weird thing is, though? He could probably come back and fight at the next pay-per-view if he wanted, because he took 0 damage.
He took 0 physical damage, but he took a lot of emotional
damage through grappling.
I reckon he could fight out at Perth.
Yeah, he took no physical damage, like 0. In that last round, there were 0 significant strikes from Islam.
A9, I don't think Islam said he can't make 85. He said 85 will be too fat. Like 170 is perfect, and like
he stayed at 170 for his career.
Martin Chu DM me on Twitter. You know the fight that I really want to see? And you get Hamzat to drop down to 170.
Yeah, that'd be the
fight. I think they tweeted about like the wolf always protects the eagle, or something like that. So it doesn't look like that.
I hate all that shit. I really do. No, the leg kicks are just bruising. There's no significant damage.
I think he must have broken something.
No, they were just bruising. It's already come out. It's just bruising. There's nothing there. There's no significant damage. This is what I'm saying. He literally took no damage in that fight. Like none. Absolutely. And this is the fight of Islam fights. Man. If you look at Islam fights, and this is why a lot of people don't like Islam. I don't mind him. I find him quite an all right bloke. But this is why a lot of people don't like Islam fights.
I find him funny, witty.
Yeah, so do I. But the reason they don't like him is because his opponents don't really get that damaged physically. They don't really. They're not like in physical wars. They're just. He does what he does. Yeah, he does a little bit on the. He does.
I'd say he got into a physical war with Dustin.
Yeah, but there's no damage.
Yeah,
like none. No damage, man.
Jay, did you not see the damage that he had? Literally, fucking eye was fucking bleeding.
Yeah,
like
no real damage. No real. Everyone gets cut in MMA. That's all. Everyone gets cut in MMA. But I say this again, and this is the same with Valentina. It's the same with Valentina, man.
Hey, right, Jamie, Cal's gonna swap over laptops. So the lunatics are running the asylum.
And this is the same with Valentina for me. Valentina fights are boring. Right, she's my favourite. I can't lie. I'm not going to be a hypocrite here, guys.
I think Valentina.
Her fights are boring as well.
I think she's hit that level where she probably knows that. Let's be honest. She was coasting the first Grasso fight until she got caught. She's hit a level where she doesn't need to be super exciting because she knows that she's already a level above. Like, do you want to touch on Valentina quickly before?
Yeah, well, look, with Valentina and
her decision
Islam,
next, because she's got options now. Like, she's legitimately got options now. Does she stick around at 125? Natalia Silva 7-0,
That's her
going
next
off a
fight.
dominant victory against Alexa Grasso.
So next
There's
fight.
Erin Blanchfield, like one of my,
I'd stay away from
picks to be
Blanchfield.
champs. Or does she take the Kayla Harrison super fight?
Do you know what?
Where does Amanda Nunes fit into all of this? I swear Amanda has come back for the White House.
Here's the weird thing with Valentina, yeah. Nunes had tricky fights against Valentina at bantamweight. I actually think she beats Kayla Harrison. I think that she beats Kayla Harrison because
my only issue is like this. I think one of the big issues that Valentina had against Nunes was the size difference of the two. Kayla's fucking huge.
Yeah, Kayla's huge.
35.
But the Valentina, I would say, is the best
technical.
What I will say Valentina's better in men or the women, I think she's pound for this in UFC, is distance control.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's got better distance control than Valentina in the whole of UFC.
Could get to see a better version of Valentina, the one that we've been missing for several years. If we get her versus Kayla. Cal, Valentina quickly, because obviously she's got options coming out of UFC 322. Natalia Silva, Erin Blanchfield, a Kayla Harrison super fight. I swear I saw Amanda Nunes tweet saying, I wonder if I can get down to 125. I fancy adding a third belt to my collection.
Is she really?
Yeah, she actually tweeted that. Valentina was like,
I think Valentina kills her at that weight.
Yeah, I think Amanda might have to chop off a leg to get to 125. To be fair,
big up you, Ryder. Yeah, I'm with you, man.
I'll be honest with you. I actually think Valentina could go down to 115 though.
Yeah, I don't want doing that. She's too old.
I think she'd go down to 115.
At the end of the day, the co-main mate,
Mackenzie Gal. No, we don't want that.
No. Mackenzie should defend against Weili. That's the title fight right there. There's no other match that makes
one
sense.
more before dropping down. Like how,
no, she can go.
How much
I don't
legitimize her belt? Like going, hey, Weili, you got fucking mushed by Valentina.
Yeah, but she was in a win-win situation. I think though. Yeah. I think in that fight though, Luke. I think with Weili in that fight, she was a bit. When me and Cal were talking about it, the pay-per-view, like she was in a win-win situation because against Shevchenko at that weight class was just too much.
No, I have to say, I watched the fight again because obviously this idiot fell asleep and didn't wake up in time. So I rewatched it. I was disappointed. Like, I expected more. This was like one of the bigger super fights you could have made in the women's division. I just expected a little bit more.
Do you know what it is, Luke? Valentina, as I said this before when Cal was just off now, Valentina is pound for pound out of the men and women the best at distance control in UFC. I don't think there's a better fighter for distance control.
Yes,
Weili couldn't get close. Weili does. She gets close as she uses her aggression, don't she, and her power.
Yeah, and then second she got close, Valentina was like, "Thank you very much."
She couldn't do it. And Valentina was too big. That's why I feel like you just make Weili and Mackenzie Dern for the title in that division, because I think Mackenzie Dern will need if Mackenzie Dern beats Weili, then she's going to be dominant in that division. So I think that's a fight to make, and it's an exciting fight to make. I think we need to make exciting fights now. That's why I want Morales versus Islam. That's why I want Paddy versus Ilya. I think we're in a time now where we need exciting fights. We watched that pay-per-view, yeah? Me and Cal watched that pay-per-view before the co-main event. It was a quality show. We're getting knockouts, finishes, entertainment, and in the co-main event and the main event, we put for people that are more grapplers, bored everyone shitless.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's how fighting should, but like it's UFC, it's fighting, yeah. You're allowed to fight your style, yeah. But when you saw the knockouts, the entertainment, the excitement factor of that pay-per-view before the co-main and main event, and then co-main and main event came off, and the energy in the building just disappeared. And they were the bigger, better fighters. So I think we need to get entertainment factor back in it as well, and still have them fights at the same time.
I don't think it's going to happen because there's no UFC's cashed out. They got the big money deal. It's a big money deal now.
Yeah.
You don't need to make exciting fights. You don't need to push pay-per-views because pay-per-views don't exist no more.
I think that might give them a reason to make better cards, though, because if you've got the pay-per-view model,
I just think it's more of a reason for them to keep their eye off.
Nah, I'll tell you why. So, for example, Conor. You see a Conor McGregor card now. If Conor was to be on a card now, the rest of the card's going to be pretty average because Conor's going to get such a big payout. They don't want to put anyone else on their pay-per-view points. If you get rid of the pay-per-view points, you can pack out a Conor McGregor card now. And then what that will do is that will create bigger stars because if anyone's on a Conor McGregor card, you get the most eyes on them. So you can put some of your up-and-coming fighters on there who are exciting, who are probably going to get a knockout, and then it boosts them up, which then again boosts up the company. So I actually think the UFC is in a better position should that actually happen. The problem I've got with the UFC is they also know that they're fine financially, and Dana just doesn't seem to have that care like he used to. So unless I see that fire come back in him, then I don't really know what's going to happen. But I do think there is scope to say that we could see better cards. But Jay's right. I hear it. The thing is, because I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to this. So like even Makhachev, and even though the Makhachev fight wasn't entertaining, I still was intrigued by it and just kind of amazed by how easily he made it look. Like I thought he'd beat JDM, but I didn't think he'd make it look that easy. And I thought, bro, remember Jay, when we were watching the Valentina fight, Wei Lee hit Valentina. Like that was the first punch of the fight. And I was like, oh, we're going to have a fight. And it's like Valentina just says, no, we're not. Like, like, if you're going to let her, you think I'm going to stand there and let this woman punch me in the face? You're right, thanks.
And this is what I'm saying. When your grappling game is so good, right? It's on a different level to anything in the world. You don't actually need to fight.
Yeah,
you don't actually need to fight because Islam's grappling on a league on its own, and when he takes people down, he can keep you down on the floor for 4 minutes and win a round without exerting any energy. But he doesn't really do any damage at the same time when he's on top.
He was trying to. He was chasing the submission a lot, though. It's just
but he could. Yeah, there's things for chasing submissions and making it look good with jiu-jitsu. But he could be elbowing, he could be kneeing, he could be punching, he could be doing things to set it up differently, make it a bit more entertaining.
Do you see the stats between Makhachev and JDM versus Chimaev versus Duplessis? They were pretty much identical.
Yeah, exactly. They just wrestle. They just grapple. I don't like it. I'm going to be on record now. I understand it and I respect it. Yeah, I respect grappling in your MMA. I really do. But I don't like it. I just don't like it. I just think it's. It's just,
did you find Umar Nurmagomedov versus Merab a good fight to watch?
I can't even remember it.
Find that boring.
No, because Merab is entertaining in what he does.
I think grappling can be entertaining.
Yeah, it can be if you work at
scrambling for position rather than
that's
someone being like a blanket and trying to. I wouldn't say slowly trying to get into the dominant position.
Merab is the most entertaining grappler in UFC. I think he's the most entertaining grappler because he makes it entertaining. He makes it entertaining. He does it in an entertaining kind of way. I particularly don't like I understand grappling and wrestling when you're so good at it. Why would you do anything else?
Yeah,
and I respect it. I respect Islam Makhachev massively, and for me, he's pound for pound, right? He's pound for pound. Do I enjoy it? Does anyone legitimately like watching his fights? Is Islam got rewatchability? Do you go rewatch that pay-per-view and watch them fights all the time, or would you rather go and watch this? Like that's the thing. And
right, so guilty. The one at the weekend, absolutely not. I never watched that fight again. His fight against Volk, the first one, I will go and watch that one.
Yeah, because that was a 50-50 fight. That was very equal. Yeah, Volk took him to places he's never been before.
His fight against Dan Hooker, where he got the Kimura, I've rewatched that a couple times. And then I'd also say his fight against Poirier was good as well.
It's okay.
I thought that was an entertaining fight, Jay. They're both busted up.
No, it wouldn't.
At least you said that, Joe. I was like, nah.
Well, entertaining all. Like I don't think. Look, grappling is not my thing. I hate it. Grappling's shit in MMA. It actually, if
I kind of like it.
Right, if everyone was a grappler, would MMA be very popular?
Not as popular as it could.
Not as popular, no.
It wouldn't be popular at all.
But here's the thing, though, Jay. There's kickboxing out there, and that's not very popular.
Yeah, because it's not produced properly, because you got boxing. The reason kickboxing is not very popular because it's got the word boxing in it, and boxing and it's not boxing. That's the reason. That's why MMA is very clever, because it's not got any name of a martial art in it. It's just mixed martial arts. So they separated themselves. Kickboxing, because it's so close to boxing, and boxing is a superior sport, kickboxing was never going to be successful. MMA is clever because it's MMA, it's mixed martial arts. It hasn't got a martial arts name in their title, so it's popular for that. I'm just not a fan of grappling. As I say, I respect it entirely, and I would have Islam as pound for pound fighter in the world right now. Are Islam fights more entertaining than Alex Pereira fights? No. Islam fights
you've used the hardest person.
No, but what I'm saying, are Islam fights more exciting than Fedor fights?
No, but Jay, you've used two.
No. What I'm trying to say, Fedor was a grappler. That's what Fedor was. Everyone watched Fedor fights. He always took the takedown, but he beat the shit out of you in takedowns. Mark Coleman was a boring fighter. There's a way of grappling that can be exciting, a way of grappling that can be boring.
So did you not think Khabib? Do you not think Khabib was exciting?
Khabib was boring as shit. The only exciting Khabib fight was Conor McGregor because of the build-up.
Nah, the one with when he beat Edson Barbosa as well.
Boring, man.
I'd say the one against Al Iaquinta was kind of boring. Michael Johnson, that was an entertaining fight.
Johnson.
Yeah, like
who else was exciting? Yeah, right. Georges St. Pierre, before he became the decision maker, was so exciting. Then they decided, you know what? We won't do decisions. We won't knock out people anymore. Right? We're not going to knock out people anymore. What we're going to do, we're going to learn to wrestle and become the decision maker. And then they just got boring. And so I can't be asked for this shit. What happened to Georges St. Pierre? What happened to this lethal knockout specialist and would beat people up on their feet?
And he just changed his whole.
Yeah, and then let's make him a wrestler. And then he became the decision maker. Yeah, no, I don't want to see that. What are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? I think the way to make grappling more exciting in UFC is to insert pride rules. I've always been on this train, as you know. Always been on this train.
I know.
Grand fighting in Pride was exciting because you was allowed a knee to the head, you was allowed a soccer kick.
Yeah.
Right. I like when you're grappling, I can't stand the fact that you can't knee someone in the head. It's fighting. At the moment, we have like pussy fighting. Right, that's what I call it. I'm going to lay on top of you with my tits and just lay there, motorboat you for a couple of minutes. You know, let you smell my minge, get up, and I won the round. That is all that's all that happens now.
Shall be real? I don't know if I want to see soccer kicks, Jay. Soccer kicks are even for me. Soccer kicks are
soccer kick like it's fighting. If you're going to have the word fighting and say these are the most elite fighters in the world, laying on top of someone for 4 minutes just trying to get a submission is not fighting. Right? It's jiu-jitsu. It's different. It's a different sport. It's not fighting. It's just not. It's just not fighting. And what I like about Charles Oliveira, right, who's also a grappler, look how exciting his fights are, though. Look how exciting his fights are.
Islam took Charles down and choked him out like that, bro.
It's boring.
Oh, that was fun. Because it was quick.
Give me exciting fights, man. We're here for exciting fights. People want to see exciting fights. Like, have you seen the discourse on this pay-per-view just gone? Everyone loved it till the co-main and main event.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone loved it.
So hold on. Did you find that Valentina Shevchenko fight boring?
Yeah, I was speaking about it when your laptop. I said the Valentina fight was boring.
Do you know? Shout out to everyone in the comments. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. He's a very exciting grappler.
Yeah.
Hey, big up Hussam Raid as well.
And that's what you could do. You could do exciting grappling like the people I've mentioned already that I really like. And you can do grappling where you do fuck all at the same time. Do you know what I mean? And for me, Islam and Valentina, their grappling is boring. It turns people to change the channel.
Can we talk about the event this weekend? Because at least there's some exciting fights.
All right, so Hooker versus Arman. That for me, I could potentially see an upset there. I know you said it earlier as well, Jay. I know Arman on paper should win.
I think Hooker's going to win.
There is just something about this fight that makes me go, I can see Hooker pulling it off.
Hang on, Sam, you missed my point, my friend. I actually said I respect it. I just don't enjoy it.
Yeah,
that is what it is. I respect it. I just don't enjoy it.
Yeah,
we all enjoy different things in MMA. Some people absolutely love grappling and hate stand-up. I prefer stand-up and entertainment over, smelling someone's crutch for an hour. That's just my view on it. But I respect it at the same time because use your strengths and use your ability. Do you know what I mean?
I'm saying even as someone who's done wrestling is never entertaining. See, I won't say it's never entertaining. Arman's an example. Did you guys watch Arman Sarukian's fight with Gamrot? Their fight?
Yeah.
That fight was super entertaining. And that was just grappling. But there was so many scrambles.
Yeah, but there's a way to grapple, ain't there? That's entertaining.
Yeah, there was a lot of scrambles in that, and
that's what I'm saying. There's a way.
If Islam stood up and lost, then we'd be.
Yeah, you got to use your strength.
Oh yeah.
This is what I'm saying. This is why I respect Islam, because he uses his strengths and his rightful pound for pound. I've got no problem with that. I just don't find it. Look, I watched that pay-per-view. Sam, you watched that pay-per-view, yeah? For me, that co-main event and main event were the two worst matches on that pay-per-view for excitement. They were boring.
Yeah.
So there's a way of having grappling contests in UFC that are very entertaining, and there's a way of just sniffing each other's ball bags for half an hour that's just not entertaining to me.
Does anyone think Hooker gets the upset this weekend?
I want Hooker to win because I can't stand Arman.
I've just seen a clip, because obviously Topuria's brother's fighting on the card, and there was a clip of both their teams just missing each other.
I think Paddy's over there at the moment as well.
Yeah, Paddy's there. Yeah, Luke Riley's making his UFC debut.
That's right.
I think someone else in his team is making his debut. Obviously, Alexandra Topuria is also fighting at bantamweight as well. Obviously, the legend making his UFC return, which is Hiroguchi. Apparently, he's on the prelims. Which is I
think he's been moved to the main card.
I think I'm about to say, what's an abomination?
He should be on the main card.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Islam's only loss was in the UFC when he went against his coaches. Yeah, he did. Yeah, got absolutely.
But we also saw him knock out Volk as well. So Islam's stand-up has improved, but I just think he's always going to go back to his wrestling.
He has evolved. Yeah, I think he'll, especially at welterweight, especially with the type of fight he's going to be up against, he's definitely going to go against the wrestling.
That's why I want Morales to fight Islam next, because I think he might try and take him into a world that is going to make it more of an exciting fight. Plus, Morales is so big as well.
Yeah, Hooker versus Topuria, run it. But I think we're going to have Topuria sat in the crowd. The winner's going to be pointing at him. Topuria gets in the cage.
I can't have
the title fight, which means where does that leave Paddy? Mate, Paddy, you're either going to have to be sitting and waiting, or you're going to fight either Charles or Max.
I can't have. I can't have in 2026 Dan Hooker fighting Ilya over Paddy versus.
The thing is, Paddy's not done anything since fighting Michael Chandler. Like literally, you can't sit and wait.
Who is?
You need to stay. Active, for me, he should have.
Well, Dan Hooker ain't been that active, has he?
Sarukian,
he had a broken hand.
Yeah, but again, injuries do count for not being.
No, I hear that, but he's coming back to fight Arman though. So if he beats Arman's number one.
Who did Dan Hooker fight before his injury?
I want to say Gamrot.
Yeah, that was a shit fighter. So it just. I can't live in a world. I don't know what we're doing, man. I can't live in a world where Dan Hooker is having a title fight for Ilya, man. We have got to start. Paddy. We have got to start putting fights together when people are red hot and not waiting so no one cares anymore.
But then does that remove the meritocracy?
Paddy's not
Yeah,
red hot,
Paddy's red hot. You've got to. It's the most entertaining fight in that division. You've got to do Paddy versus. No one's going to. I can guarantee you right now, no one's going to give a shit if it's Ilya versus Armand or Ilya versus.
I think
Dan
Armand
Hooker.
is going to get the win, and I think we're going to see versus Paddy, Armand versus Topuria very early next year.
See, I don't. I think the winner of Armand and Hooker will be sitting out, and I think Paddy will get the fight early in the year of Topuria.
Depends on the damage either fighter takes in the fight.
I don't think it's to do with damage. There's a reason why Paddy was moved up the rankings without having a fight. Like he was moved because let's be honest, it looked very different from the champion versus rank number 7 to the champion versus rank number 5 in the division. You can turn around and go, well, he's beating Oliveira, he's beating Holloway, Armand and Hooker have just fought, so that's why they can't get the fight. I think there's a reason why Paddy was moved up in the rankings, and I think there's a reason why Ilya hasn't been given a fight. I think the Ilya fight with Paddy has been delayed in terms of announcement because he wanted to see what's happening with Makhachev. In the same way Weili lost and is going back down to 115, we assume. If Makhachev lost to JDM, he'd be going back down to 55 and he'd be fighting Topuria. So Topuria is not going to sign for a fight when there's a chance that Makhachev could lose and come back down, and then you miss out on that fight. So I think now that that's been clarified, I think we will see Ilya versus Paddy early in the year.
I also think
the winner will get the fight.
I think people might call me crazy, yeah.
And then stop bullshitting to the public saying that Armand and Hooker
but it is the number one contender title shot. It is. Because remember, it's the number one contender fight. But if Paddy and Ilya fight, they're still the number one contender.
That is a good point. People might not agree with this, but I think Paddy can beat Ilya. I think Paddy's the worst matchup for Ilya in that division.
But I think Armand's the worst.
Armand's not about his life.
He is. He definitely is.
He ain't about his life. He's a made man.
He's a rich boy.
He's a made man. That's what I'm saying. He's a made man.
So is Topuria.
Yeah, but I just don't think Armand. If Armand was about this life, he wouldn't have done his back trying to wrestle Nina drama. You know what I mean? I don't think.
I guarantee you. Yeah, that pissed off a lot of.
I don't think Paddy does that. I don't think if Paddy's got Ilya coming out, I don't think he does that. Because Armand's a made man, it doesn't bother him so much. Paddy's hungry. I don't know how hungry Armand is. I really don't, and that's why I'm saying I think Paddy should be the fighter. I think Paddy's a terrible matchup for Ilya. I really do.
I don't, you know.
I actually think Paddy beats Ilya. There you go.
I don't.
I think Paddy takes Ilya.
I've got a bad feeling that we're gonna see. You know that with Scousers don't get knocked out. Guess what? That's gonna get played in a meme when Paddy is looking up at the lights.
Yeah, I think Paddy gets carried by Topuria. He gets hit too much. Michael Chandler was landing on Paddy. Ilya hits Paddy and he stops him. I think Ilya might take damage in the fight, but I don't think he'll take enough that you taps him out. I'd be very crazy. Here's the thing: I wouldn't be surprised if he tapped out Ilya, but I
think it's a bad matchup. I think that's why I think Ilya wants the Paddy fight because he believes it'll be a tough matchup as well. And I think also Ilya wants Paddy because he feels like it's probably the biggest fight in that division that they can make 100%. Right now. And also, I don't think Ilya wants to hang around in this weight class. As I keep saying, I think Ilya...
He's just desperate to fight Islam, though. And the thing is, 170, I'm not going to lie, I can't see Michael Morales and Ilya Topuria fighting in the same weight division.
Right.
That makes no sense, man.
If they've done a thing where Ilya is only having one more title defense at 155, Islam's having one more title defense at 170, and Ilya's moving up to be the next challenger, right? Then the fights to make are the fights everyone's asking for. Ilya versus Paddy, because you might not do it ever again if he goes up.
Yeah.
And then do Usman Islam. And then do
the whole welterweight division for that. Crazy stuff. But hey ho, stranger things have happened, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I can't believe
speaking of stranger things, shout out to Andiko, who says a YouTuber is fighting a former heavyweight world champion in boxing. Can we take anything serious now? Can I start with this one, guys?
Yeah, I'm going to surprise.
I saw what Anthony Joshua did to Francis Ngannou. It was brutal. It was brutal. If Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul go anything more than 3 rounds, I'm calling a fix. And Anthony Joshua, in my opinion, I hope I'm right saying this, is not the type of man who's just going to take the money and let Jake Paul out of there. All right. What I can see happening though, call me a conspiracy theorist. I wouldn't be surprised I wouldn't be surprised if the fight gets cancelled close to the bout.
Oh no, there's a non-cancellation clause in it, I believe.
Oh,
so there's some clauses in it, ain't there? Joshua can't weigh. Anthony Joshua can't weigh more than 245 pounds.
Yeah, which I don't think will be a massive.
Which
issue.
is actually worth for Jake, if I'm fair, because a slimmer Anthony Joshua is a more dangerous Anthony Joshua. I think Jake Paul wins.
How does he win, Joe?
I think Joshua's chinny now.
Jake.
Also, I think Jake Paul is a far better boxer than Ngannou. And I really do. And I think if Jake Paul fought Ngannou, he'd beat him. Yeah, he's a better boxer than Ngannou. If it was a boxing fight only, I think Jake Paul beats Ngannou. Jake Paul's a far better boxer than Ngannou. People might hate this because who Ngannou is.
Tommy Fury's a better boxer than Ngannou. Yes. That's what we're talking about.
Tommy Fury, if they were the same weight, Tommy Fury would beat Ngannou. Ngannou's not a good boxer. He's a good fighter in MMA. He's not a good boxer.
Tyson Fury, what we're talking about.
He's not a good boxer, man. He is not a good boxer at all. Jake Paul is a better boxer. Do people not believe that Jake Paul's a better boxer than Ngannou?
I don't do.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Say Jake Paul has what's the famous saying? No chance. That's what you got. He's got no chance.
Why do people?
Single chance. He is going there. He's going there to die.
Ngannou is a brawler. Yeah, he's not a better boxer than Jake Paul.
Yeah, guess what? He doesn't need to line clean Ngannou. Just ask.
All right. So when you say, hold on, let's break this down, Jay. When you say better boxer, are you talking about even though if they fought, you reckon Ngannou? Right, do you actually think Jake would beat Ngannou in a boxing match?
Yeah, I think Jake wins on points. I think Jake is technically a better boxer than Ngannou.
Right. I can subscribe to the notion Jake might be a better technical boxer than Ngannou. I don't subscribe to that he'd beat Ngannou in a fight though, in a boxing match. I think Ngannou's just got that equalizer. Plus, Ngannou just being a natural fighter.
Got power? This is the thing. Yes, Ngannou actually got power in boxing. This is a different thing. Conor McGregor has power in MMA. It didn't transfer into boxing.
He knocked down Tyson Fury, bro.
He fought the best defensive boxer.
Look, you guys can all get on his defense and all that. I get it, yeah. As Ngannou actually got power, because by the way,
Fury down.
Yeah, he knocked Fury down.
Who's that crap heavyweight boxer who knocked Fury out almost? It happens, yeah. Fury's chinny. No, years ago. Fury's chinny, man. Yeah, Fury's chinny, always has been. That's why he don't fight. He always fights at distance because he's chinny. I just
got no chance. I'm sorry. He's got no chance. And
I think
boxers that he's wanted to fight.
I think AJ. I think AJ's chinny. I think
AJ is chinny.
Accepted the fight. AJ is chinny. Crawford accepted that fight against Jake Paul. Terence Crawford would have put him in a body bag, belt to ass. Terence Crawford stepped in.
So hold on, Jay. Let me see where you're at with this. Do you think Jake Paul could have beaten Terence Crawford?
No, because Terence Crawford is the most technical boxer in the world. Okay. You wouldn't even get near him. Anthony Joshua's not a technical boxer.
But he's technical enough to deal with Jake, though.
He should be. I just don't know what mindset Joshua's in now. Joshua's getting £15 million no matter if he wins or loses.
Yeah, but Turkey...
Joshua's been getting that sort of money for years now.
And Anthony Joshua said, I'm taking this because of money. Yeah, he said it himself. He went, I'm doing this fight because of numbers.
Yeah, no, but he also said the same about Ngannou, bro. Look what he did to Ngannou.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Jake Paul's better than Ngannou.
Sorry, Luke. Joshua's been beaten by Ruiz, Usyk twice, and Dubois, right? Those are his 4 losses.
Look, if the Jake Paul fight, right, is a proper fight, yeah, and he goes longer than Ngannou, then we're going to have discussions.
Well, let's say, like for me, like I think the way that they're looking for next year, like I think obviously you got this fight, and obviously Turkey wants him to fight like middle, early-ish next year against like a well-ranked opponent. Then obviously they want to look to do the Tyson fight in the summer. Well, I guarantee you, Anthony Joshua's not going to want to be fucking that shit up, like toying around with Jake Paul. He is going, like, even Frank Smith, CEO of Matchroom, was on Ariel Hawani. He said Anthony Joshua is he's there to knock out Jake Paul.
Yeah, it's a real fight, and it's not an exhibition.
Jake Paul. Jake Paul is going to be looking up like that.
He should be. He should be.
Like,
he should be. I just don't know if he will.
He ain't got a hope in hell chance. If Anthony Joshua even gets tagged by Jake Paul, that legacy.
I don't think. Here's the difference. I don't think Jake Paul's going to engage with Anthony Joshua like Ngannou did. Right? And he's going to wait his turn because he's a better boxer.
Jake Paul's going to not bother engage. You might as well fucking.
No, it's clever. Mayweather don't engage in fights. This is
Jake ain't got footwork like that. Jay Joshua will cut him off.
I don't know if Joshua's got footwork like that either. If this is 4 years ago, I would say, yeah, no problem. 30 seconds and it's over. I don't know if Joshua's Joshua anymore. This is what I'm going by. I don't know if AJ's AJ anymore. I don't know how good his chin is. I don't know how good his legs are anymore. I don't know if he can move any more of his legs. I don't know if he if AJ can't get his legs sorted. If you looked at AJ's last 2 fights, yeah, his legs are terrible. Forget about everything else. His leg work is disgustingly bad. He's flat-footed and his face on all the time. Yeah. If he does that against Jake Paul, he's been in with fighters like that, and he tags him, then it's over. But I think it's more intriguing than what we think. I think it's more intriguing. I think it's more intriguing than the Ngannou fight. I really do. I really do.
For me, the intriguing thing for me are
how long he's lasting.
Does the fight happen? And if it goes longer than a certain time, then I'm questioning the whole event.
What if AJ's just like Eubank and he's aged overnight? What if it is that scenario? Yeah. Fighters age, yeah.
I think honestly, this fight's just a confidence booster for him to sort of shake off that ring rust, because he's like, when did he fight Dubois? Last September, October.
Was it that long ago?
A long time. So he's been out for a while, right? This fight is purely to shake off the cobwebs before he goes in there and fights a more well-known opponent before hopefully we get the Tyson Fury fight summer next year. He's going to be there. He's going to play with his food for a couple of rounds, spark him out in the third.
Oh, he should do. I do think AJ wins. Yeah, I'm just going on scenarios here, right? I'm going on scenarios that. How old is Anthony Joshua now? 38.
I don't even know if he's
34, mate.
Yeah, I don't know if Joshua's older. I don't think Joshua's older than I am. He might be around the same age as me. I think
he's 36. He's going to be 37. Yeah. So he's almost 30. He's going to be 37 next year, right? So by the time they fight, he's going almost into his 37th year as a human.
No, he just turned 36.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, he's going to go into his 37th year. After the fight in December. Yeah, he's also an old 36 because he's been in wars. He's been knocked down quite a few times now. He's been knocked out brutally a few times now as well. That plays a massive effect on you. And that makes your age like 40. And I watched his leg work lately as well in his last fights. His leg work's not there. Anthony Joshua had fantastic leg work when he was younger. That's how he used to be get in and out and be aggressive, then get out if he needed to be. His leg work's not there anymore. And you can age overnight like that. It happens to boxers sometimes, especially when they're boxers that have had, big careers, long careers, fought the elite in their level. I always give Anthony Joshua much respect. He's my favourite British heavyweight in modern era because he does fight everyone. He doesn't he doesn't skip anyone. If there's a fight to be made, he'll fight them and he'll go in the ring with them and fight them. Yeah. He's got a better CV than Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
I'm just worried for him if he has gone like that. 36 now. He's had over a year off, which I don't think helps him either as he gets older. He's had wars for the last few years, massive fights that take it out of you physically and mentally. We saw after the two Usyk fights, he physically and mentally weren't the same fighter ever again. He was a different guy. And he just got destroyed and knocked out by Dubois. And at that age that he got knocked out and destroyed by, takes a massive effect on you personally and physically.
Even Tyson Fury's been playing on Jake Paul.
Yeah, I'm not saying Jake Paul's going to win. I'm not saying he's going to win. But I think it's not even. Joshua should still spark him out comfortably if he does. But I think because of this AJ situation where he's coming from, what he's been doing, the terrible knockout of Dubois, over 12 months off, now being 36, the older you are, it's harder to recover. And the gaps in between get longer and longer, and it's not going to help your body. That's why I'm saying it's intriguing to me personally because of that situation. But AJ should still be beating him. Does that make sense?
No, it does.
Maybe not.
No, it does. Jay, I'll be real with you. We'll probably watch the fight, right? If I see that come out of 3 rounds, I'll have to ask questions that I don't want to ask.
What, like, how do you know all this stuff?
No, is it? No, as in Joshua, have you taken the money and signed to not knock this guy? When I watched back the Tyson fight, in the very first round, Mike Tyson pulls a punch with Jake Paul. He pulls a punch that if he doesn't pull, he knocks Jake Paul out. And that's
yeah. Because I don't think Tyson could knock Jake Paul out anyway. I don't think he's got the power now because he's like so old.
I do.
No, I don't think Tyson could knock you out, Cal, anymore.
That's something I don't want to try ever.
The thing is, all them fights are expeditions. This is a real fight. This is a real.
That's my point.
Ranked fight.
Was able to line up Jake. Joshua's going to be able to.
I don't know. Like, this is. If Jake Paul wins, he gets a world title fight. You all know that, yeah?
Yeah.
So if Jake Paul wins this fight, he gets a world title fight. He'll probably get a cruiserweight. He'll probably get a cruiserweight title fight.
What against what? Like Badu Jack?
Badu Jack might be an all right. I ain't gonna lie. Badu Jack might be an all right opponent for him.
Cruiserweight champion, but all right, cruiserweight boxing world champions. Jay Obadiah.
He won't fight Jay. He won't fight Jay. He won't do that.
He will get a world title fight if he wins.
What? You want to fight? What? Usyk? Fabio Wardley?
And a lot of people talk about his weight and all that, yeah. And a lot of people have said it as well. There's a lot of small heavyweights now, There is a lot of small heavyweights now. And him being 225 isn't going to be an issue.
I've got all the current champions for his weight class at cruiserweight. What? Gilberto Ramirez, Badu Jack, Jai Obadiah.
No, actually, I think main amateur in the chat said it'll have to be at heavyweight because that's where he's fighting at.
What heavyweight? What? Alexander Usyk, Fabio Wardley. Yeah.
No, so I'll tell you why I don't. You're right. If this was any other boxer, you're right. Jake Paul and the WBC have got a very good relationship, from what I understand. It. They will spin it. Remember, boxing is the wild card west.
I saw that leak.
Thingy's got the world title now, the WBO, ain't he? So you had to give it up.
Fabio Wardley's got WBO, but if it is WBC,
because Usyk had to give it up, which is so silly.
So if Joshua wins like he should do, I think Joshua fights him next for the WBO title.
Or Wardley, and then if Joshua beats Wardley, you're going to have Joshua versus Fury for the WBO. But
and
if
again,
Jake Paul wins, and he's got the cushy relationship with the WBC, I guarantee you he fights Badu Jack for the WBC cruiserweight belt.
Badu Jack might be a fight he could win. I ain't gonna lie. I'm intrigued by this. AJ should absolutely floor him in 2 rounds. First round, you're just getting used to it.
Hey, Moses Atoma,
Yeah, he's
He's
the best
fighting,
fighter.
isn't he?
Yeah, he's fighting Franklin. That should, if Toma gets through that quite clean, it's not gonna be long before he gets a title shot.
Yeah, he's going to win everything. Jake Paul, look, I always give them the 1 round because the professional fighter just wants to suss them out, maybe give the crowd a bit of fun and all that. If Jake Paul, in theory, should get absolutely sparked out by the end of round 2.
They don't even need a round.
Should be sparked out.
Footwork's average. He throws a massive overhand right. His jab is slow.
His footwork's better than Garner's.
There's no pop in the jab whatsoever. Like his jab's average. His footwork is below average. He's a below average boxer.
My just worry.
Tommy Fury can school you.
I think he beats Tommy Fury now.
That shows
I
the
agree
Tommy
with that,
Fury's
Jay.
shite.
I
think if they fought again, he beats
fight
Tyson.
night, yeah,
Fury.
I actually
He beats
think
Tommy
Jake
Fury.
would beat Tommy now.
You'll be surprised that he won't.
My worry, my only worry, the only way I see him winning this fight is that if Father Time's just tap Joshua on the shoulder, because if that happens,
way to go out, man.
If that happens in a fight, even an amateur can beat you, which is a sad thing, right? An amateur with a good punch can beat a professional if Father Time's tap you on the shoulder. It just can. It can happen. That is my only worry of this fight. And that is the concern I've got for Anthony Joshua. Has Father Time tapped him on the shoulder? Has he been through too many wars? Is he physically and mentally right? He'll always look like a Greek god physically, yeah. But you know, as Father Time just tapped him on the shoulder, and it's he shouldn't be fighting anymore, because I don't think he wins any more professional fights after Jake Paul if he beats him anyway. I don't think he wins a WBO. I think he gets smacked up. I think Wardley destroys him.
It's different. Yeah, it all depends on AJ's mindset. Because I'll be honest, I still believe if AJ takes the Dubois fight seriously, I think he beats Dubois. The reason why he lost that fight is because you're just so overconfident.
And that's why I talk about AJ like this mentally. This is why I talk about it like that. I don't know what AJ's going to turn up. And as I said, if Father Time taps him on the shoulder and says, "No, son, your time is over," an amateur like Jake Paul can beat him. That's the worry I've got. Also, if AJ wins, as Luke says, it's just a nice warm-up fight. It's a 15 months out of the ring, just gets him confidence back a little bit. And then he goes and fights Thingy and gets destroyed, and that'll be the end of his career.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But
I don't see him winning another world title.
Or is this him on his journey for cashing out? He's just going to take big cash-out fights. That's
the only big cash-out fight after Joshua is a title fight, isn't it?
Tyson Fury.
I don't think Tyson Fury wants to fight Joshua.
Yeah,
I've always said it.
Apparently, back in the day, Joshua used to spank him in sparring.
I've always said it. It weren't Anthony Joshua who bailed out on the Tyson Fury fights. It was Tyson Fury, and day, I think they've already proved it as well with the contracts.
Back in the day, Jay, as well, rumors were that Anthony Joshua spanked Tyson about.
The rumors, Tyson Fury admitted it himself.
Yeah. Fury, but Fury's always backed out of. The reason Fury's always backed out of the Joshua fights is because he wanted more money in Joshua. But apparently, Fury says it's never about money.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy, we will see, people. We will see. But Jay, tell the people what you got coming up. I know we got Vibes tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got the Vibe show tomorrow. So you
folks in the morning as well.
Yeah, I'll be on Coppish at 11, isn't it? Yeah. 11. And then I'll be on YouTube at 9:30 for the build-up show to Big Up at 10:30.
Perfect. So yeah, I'll be. Are you on Pots tomorrow as well?
No, I've got a school meeting.
Oh, okay.
Someone nutted someone. So about it.
So yeah, we got Vibes,
and it weren't broed.
Oh, wow!
Talk offline.
What you been teaching her, Joe?
Apparently, she had enough, and yeah.
Valentina, she's been watching some Valentina.
She's been watching Valentina fights.
Someone's nose got cracked.
Serious?
Yeah, talk offline.
Ball. Jeez. But no, people, please do smash the like button. Once again, shout out to Sam for the raid. Shout out to
Stick grapple, by the way.
View as
Stick
well.
grapple. She ain't got time for that shit.
Big up to the Buying View as well. Go and check out his channel and subscribe. Big up to each and every one of you guys in the comments. Cringe Gov, Hustle Bones, Main Amateur, Lialgo, and Chills. Who else we got? Cap.
Yeah, it's been a good chat today.
Eddie,
Yeah, great chat.
Becky in here as well at some point. So yeah, big up to each and every one of you. Even if I haven't called you out by name,
115 in the house right now as well.
Yeah, appreciate you guys, man. So please, let's get the likes up to at least 100, guys. We'd really appreciate that. But more importantly, make sure you guys subscribe to Luke's channel and Jamie's channel as well. People, it's been another one in the books.
Big up Any as well, man. Big up Any.
Big up Any. I'll be dropping a couple of videos tomorrow as well, so do look out for those, and Friday as well. So yes, people, been another great show. Thanks all for watching and listening.
Man.
We see you again.
Long one.
I know. Big up everyone. Enough love.
Slotting.